Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Larry at Heisenberg Forest Products. This is a take two for me this morning because I had my camera upside down on my gimbal. So, anyways, I hope you're enjoying a beautiful Sunday morning, and it's Father's Day today. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about my dad in this video. But before I do so, I just want to start off by just showing you some of the work that we've done here on the way. So this is a bit of a storm drain that I've built to get this water flowing away from the house into the pipe that we have here. So I'm almost done building this. So, anyways, that's one of the things I got done this week. Our beautiful sign still holding up. Gardens are slowly growing, and I say slowly because it's slow going this year. So corn's still not completely out. There's a few stalks that are starting to show, so there's hope. So I'm hoping by next week we'll see some corn in these rows. Fixed my ramp here. I put little pieces of wood so that when it's wet we don't slip as much. So Louise wanted me to do that yesterday, so I got that done. So walking into our wood yard this morning, you probably noticed that we started bagging some firewood this past week, as I was hoping to do. So Louise and I think it was Wednesday, we spent a couple hours and got a whole bunch of bags filled. So we have 60 bags right here in this pile right here. So it took us about 2.5 hours, I think, or maybe 2 hours to get done. So it went well. I also showed Louise how to drive the tractor, so she's a natural at it. So it's nice. We're kind of spending more time together working. So I got a lot of bags of offcuts that we use in our own wood stove, and so anyways, firewood bags. I know right now there's a fire ban, so we're not selling many, but eventually we'll be able to have some fires again. So we've been under a fire ban for 18 days, and I'm not seeing any end in sight because the next week's going to be a warm one, so it's going to dry even more. So, but we still have them for sale, so we sell them at $10 a bag, or 11 for $100. Again, we're always looking for people to resell those bags for us because it's not something that I'm interested in selling here on the property. We'll sell them to you, but we'd rather just sell them wholesale to people who resell for us. So you probably noticed I moved those pallets. They were over there, and that was kind of not working for us. So we moved them closer to the pile here. So, and we started working, chipping away at that pile. So I'm thinking we have about half done, maybe a little less than half done, maybe 40% of the pile. But it keeps growing because I keep processing wood. So got a couple pieces here that are too heavy for my loader to lift up. And you'd think like a piece this size here, right? It's not that big, but this is oak, and oak is heavy, man. Holy. This piece is heavier than that piece, which is, almost twice the size. So this is beech, so not as heavy. But the problem with this piece here is that the butt end is too big. Like it's almost, it's above 18 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'll take an 8-foot section off. I'll put it with my other log I have at the end, and then I'll just process the rest of this into some firewood. So that's how I do things. I get to use my chainsaw when I do that, so I enjoy using a chainsaw. So I didn't forget my list today, so hopefully I'm not gonna forget anything. So last week it rained 2 days, so it rained actually almost 3 days before I could get into the lot. So it rained like crazy on Sunday and then Monday, and then Tuesday was too wet to work in the lot, so I ended up bagging firewood. I think it was Wednesday. Thursday, Louise and I went out, spent the day together in Sudbury, and then I'm just looking at my son here. He's texting me. So, and then I did some work, I think, Friday. So I worked 2 days in the woodlot and got 7 face cords done. It's coming along, so I'll bring you close to this pile here. So this is the pile that I'm working on today, or I'm working on lately. Probably won't work on it today because it's Sunday and it's Father's Day, but the pile is a lot smaller than what it was. So I'm guessing about 10 more face cords of wood in this pile here before it's done. So I'm kind of hoping to get that done this week, actually. So I'm going to try to focus on the firewood piece to the business this week. So if we could get that out of the way, and I'm going to clean up this area after. So I'm going to use my whippersnipper, clean all of this up, and then maybe next week we can start working on the birch, which part of it is sold already. I have a customer who reached out and wanted to buy half the pile, so I'm gonna get that done for her as soon as possible. So you probably noticed that the lot looks a little cleaner. I spent some time yesterday just mowing the lawn and cleaning up. I'll have to mow the back here sometime this week. I got to get this field mowed again. So it's not too bad. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to the worst part is just hooking up the, excuse me, the lawnmower to the tractor, because it's not a quick connect. So I've got to spend a few minutes getting it on there. But once it's on there, it's easy to use. So I'm going to mow this field second time for this year. So that'll be awesome. So you can see here, slowly building our maple pile here. So like I said, I think I did about 7 face cords this week. But we've kept busy. We've got lots of stuff we want to do. So, and also I try to keep the lot clean. So I spent quite a bit of time yesterday just mowing the lawn around here and cleaning up. So it looks a lot better than it did last week. I can smell there's a lot of oak in this load here, and I can smell it as I walk back here. I could smell the oak. So this is going to be some nice stuff, and you can tell it's drying because you could smell it. So yeah. So what else did I do this week? Cut some wood, bagged some kindling, and then cleaned up the lot. That was more or less the week. We're busy with other stuff that that we're doing around the property. There's work I need to do around the pool, so that'll be part of my next week too. So this is big hole here. So right here, this is one of the logs that I'm keeping for myself. So that other log that I'm gonna cut, I'm gonna bring it here and have 2 now. So at some point along the way, I'm gonna decide to buck it using a chainsaw and split it using my kinetic splitter. If you're looking for a kinetic splitter, I'll be selling mine because I decided to go back to hydraulic. For me, I guess it's out of a habit. Like I bought that kinetic splitter just to try it out I think I bought that last fall. So I'm going to be putting that up for sale as soon as I get my my new hydraulic splitter, which should be here in the fall sometime. So that's great. So like I said, this week I'm going to focus on I'm hoping to get that pile done if things go according to plan. They're calling for quite the warm week, so it kind of slows me down when it's 30 degrees outside. I'm not as productive, but I'm still able to keep going. And if I only have 10, 12 cords, I can get that done in 3 or 4 days without working too hard. So get the pile done, maybe bag another 60 bags of kindling, and mow the back lawn. That's the work for this week. And then we're always busy because we're raising some meat chickens, and we have our gardens, and there's work around the pool. So I fill my days with that. So and Louise helps me stack, so it goes a little faster when there's two of us. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just looking. The website's still up. It went down last night. Alex was working on it. Something happened. Excuse me. And it was down for a bit, but he went and got one of the previous versions of the site, and he got that up and running again. So we're still up. The only thing that's not working right now is the email address, sales@breakingwood.com. So if you email that email address, it's gonna bounce right back to you. Alex still has a bit of work to get that up and running. If you want to email us, you can use my email address, my personal email address, which is laurent.paquette@gmail.com. So if you'd rather email, you can use that email address for now. So I still have that one face cord of birch, white birch. So because there's a fire ban, we're not selling much wood right now. So if you want a face cord of white birch, I have that one left. It's 4x8 by 16 inches. And we're selling our birch at $140 a face cord. So I got one left. So if you want it, just give me a shout and come and get it. We'll help you load. We've got some maple. I'm gonna say not lots because some of it is sold already, but we do have some maple. And our maple again, 4x8, so 4x8 by 16 inches deep. And the maple we're selling at $160 a face cord, and you can see here it's drying. It'll be nice. It'll be ready for the fall for sure. So, and like I said last week, we're producing what we're producing this year. I'm not going to stress and work 16-hour days to try to keep up. So, if we run out, we'll let you know. But right now we're well stocked in maple and poplar. So poplar is good for small fires. A lot of people like poplar for even campfires because it's cheaper. This stuff is ready to go, bone dry. It's been on our lot for I'd say 8 months, and it's slowly selling. And we sell our poplar at $130 a face cord. So if you're interested in some poplar, just reach out to us and we can help you load. So I'm just slowly walking back. You can see my chicken tractor is at this end now. So these are our meat chickens. So we have a couple more weeks before we get them processed. So, and I do a live video on chickens on Wednesdays if you're interested. They show up they're on my channel, my YouTube channel, which is @BreakingChickens. And I have a channel for the business too. It's @BreakingWood68, so that's our channel. And I got another one on gardens. I called it Breaking Gardens. So the common thread around the three channel is the breaking part. What else do I want to talk about? I'm just looking at my list here. Boom. Oh. Just not to forget that we still have some shavings for sale. We sell those at $7 a bag or 10 for $60. They're co-op bags. They measure 22 inch by 36 inches. And we're well stocked right now. So if you're interested in that, just give us a shout. So maybe to end, because this is Father's Day, I those of you who know me personally know that I've been always close to my dad. I love my dad with all my heart. He's been the best dad ever. Much better dad than I was to my own kids. And he's the one that kind of got me thinking about firewood. And I started quite small. And if you've listened to some of my videos before, I talk about when I had, a little chainsaw, 16-inch bar, little 50cc chainsaw, Husqvarna of course, because I'm a Husqvarna guy, and I'd go in the bush back there, and over there my brother would let me cut some dead trees. And the first year we started with maybe 10-12 cords, and we slowly built and to where we are now. And this This is where I like to be. I spend this. I'm zen when I'm in the. I call it my open door office. It's beautiful. You could hear. There's always a little wind. There's always birds singing, and it's peaceful back here. It's sunny on most days. We're well set up. I've got everything I need to keep me happy back here. And like I said, I kind of changed my focus. Instead of growing, we want to produce quality stuff and have a good work-life balance. So I'm not spending all my time back here. I do a little bit every day, and Louise and I work together, and we're happy that way. There's zero stress, and that's why, I'm thinking I'm going to have as much wood as I had last year, but it's not going to grow bigger. It's going to stay like a small operation, and we have, great customers, and I owe this to my dad, and my dad, he's going to be 92 in the fall. Great guy, hardworking, humble. He's taught me, the important virtues in life, and I'm going to go and visit him this afternoon. He still recognizes me, but he's an older fella, and getting ready to move on to a better place, I'm sure. But kudos to him, and sometimes my brother will bring him over, and I always say, "This is you, Dad. This was you." Enlightening me about this possibility of building this business, and I'm forever grateful for that. And I'm not sure he understands how grateful I am, but I am. I always give him a big hug and tell him thank you for that, pushing me in that direction. And I think back to our humble beginnings of a chainsaw and an axe, and now we have a nice wood processor, a tractor. I've got enough equipment to make this business work. And this year, kind of brought in a third generation into this project with my son building that website for us, and quite a bit of pride in this business. So it's my gratitude to my dad, and there's certainly no regrets in starting this business, and I'm hoping to keep it going for many years still. But it all depends on my health, right? And so far so good, and hopefully the fact that I work out here will keep me healthy, because it's hard work, but I enjoy it. It's something that I truly enjoy. So I think I've shared with you more or less what I wanted to share today. I hope that if you do have a dad that's still around, that you spend some time with them. Call them if you're too far away. And I hope that if you're a dad, that you'll be grateful, because it's I've been a dad for almost 27 years. We have 5 children, Louise and I. My youngest is 12, and I've learned so much from my kids. So they've made me a better man, and we're lucky to have that, to be able to be fathers, and it's an important job. So as much as I'm grateful for my dad being my dad, I'm also grateful to my kids for making me a dad, and pushing me to be a better dad. And so it's great. So I think that's it for me today. So I hope that you'll have an awesome day, an awesome week coming up. We'll see you on Sunday, I'm thinking, unless there's rain and I do it on Saturday like I did last week. So here I go. I'm signing off. Ciao, everybody.